Alright, good evening guys. MWUSA Season 4, Episode 291. It is evening, 10 p.m., and we just got to our hotel and just dropped the family off in the room. The rest of the family is in a whole different town with their family and stuff, and everybody's spread out, but I have some people with me, and this hotel is connected to the casino. So I'm going to take you for a little walk here to the casino and take a look around. And I actually didn't bring my casino card, so I'll probably have one made. You get noisy here for a minute, probably on and off. But we're going to head over there and take a look around. And then we'll come back to the room and put everybody to bed. And then I will probably get in the car and drive to a different area completely where I will play Blackjack freely. I don't want to do that here where they know who I am. I'm staying in the hotel, all that stuff. So we're going to go look at slots. If we find any extended plays, we'll probably use the card. Otherwise, we probably won't even use the card. And we'll go from there. So just walking through this tunnel area to the casino, which is connected. And hopefully we can find some plays. It was a long drive, long day, lots of stuff, but we're finally here. Did the family thing, and we left there about an hour ago and drove back over here. We're going to try to make some money. So for now, I'm going to let you go, and I'll be back to update you soon. All right, guys, I am back. It is about 30 minutes later. I'm just walking out of here. Everything is closed, restaurants, everything. But it looks like Starbucks opens at 6:30, and I'm pretty sure that I might have some free stuff, free food or something. If not, I got plenty of points. We'll take the family to a nice breakfast before we go to see the other family for Thanksgiving. So I went in there as expected, didn't find too much stuff, but I did find a couple decent plays. I got exceptionally lucky on one play. It was only, I guess it was about $4 a spin, so it wasn't cheap. Played that one through and hit a nice big one on that one. I was ahead like 800 right away. Played three more, was up a couple hundred more, a couple down, back and forth, and ended up somewhere in the middle. But overall, it's kind of busy in there. Don't know what the security guy is doing behind me, but overall pretty good. Ended the session ahead 865, so plus 865 right there. And we got somebody tailing us for some reason. I don't know why. Talking to dispatch, I'm not really sure why. We'll find out. Yeah, I guess I'm cool. Started getting paranoid after a while. When you don't get backed off for a long time, it's like, oh, this is easy. And then you get a couple back to back, and then you're like seeing shadows everywhere you go. So anyway, yeah, I ended ahead 865. Can't beat that for half an hour. Played basically 4 machines, and just worked out. So what I'm going to do is go back to the room, hang out with the family, get the kids put to sleep, and then we're going to try to head out for the night. I'd love to get 2 or 3 sessions in and then get back by like 3 or 4 in the morning, get a couple hours sleep before we have to head out to see the family. So that's what's going on right now. So far, so good. Don't know if this is the end of this episode or not, but hopefully I can get out and make some money. I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. This guy in front of me slams on his brakes as soon as I turn the recording on. All right, we are just leaving the casino. We did just go back to the room, and what you're hearing here is, I just fixed it. You have a van, and you have these sliding seats. If you don't lock them back in place, they slide back and forth every time you put the brakes on. So when the kids got out of the car, they didn't lock them back in place, and that's what you were hearing. But that was a interesting first stop. I mean, that was like so easy. Okay play, not even the greatest play, and just went really well. Then I played 2 other machines that last time I was here, these machines just killed me. I lost like 400 or 500 on them. I know the machine's a little bit better now. I understand the numbers a little bit better now, and I ended up making like 50 or 75 on them this time. And then I did play one other machine, and I believe I lost maybe a little bit on there, slightly. So overall, not terrible. Whatever I said, 865 or whatever. So it's a good start. But I can't play blackjack there because I have good status there, and I don't really want to screw it up. So we're going to go somewhere else where they don't really know me. They recognize me from years ago, a few of them. So they know I'm a good guy and couldn't possibly be a card counter. No way. So we're going to go there, and we're going to play some double deck. Hopefully it's still open. I think it probably would be, being a holiday. You know, holidays are crowded at casinos lots of times. This one didn't seem very crowded, but maybe the other one is. I don't know. Maybe it depends on the holiday. Maybe Thanksgiving people are with their family. I don't know, but I've been at the casino at Christmas and it's been crowded before, so I have no clue. So let's head over to this next stop, play a little bit of blackjack, look at some slot machines, and I'll come back and update you. Alright guys, dang cold out here. Just getting ready to walk into this casino. It looks moderately busy in the parking lot. I'm not parking in the parking garage because I don't want to use my player's card. So we're going to go in here and take a lap of the slots first. And then we're going to head over to the tables. Hopefully double deck is open and get a quick 500 or 700 and move on. So that's the plan. I'll be back to update you. Alright guys, I am back, and I ended up actually playing a little bit of double deck. When I went there, there were 2 tables, and they were actually halfway done with closing one of them. So there was only going to be 1 table. I sit down, and it was the beginning of a new shoe. They were just getting ready to cut the cards, and the guy was very displeased that somebody else would be coming to the table. So he went over to the 6th deck with this Asian guy. This Asian guy was extremely animated. He had a big comment, weird noises, grunts, smacking the table. Everything was going on over there. It was like some serious business going on over there. A few times I had to look over to see what was going on, make sure everything was okay over there. But so he goes over to the other table. And I'm there by myself. I start playing. A guy comes to the table, buys in for 300, loses it in a couple hands and leaves. I'm back by myself. I lose 500 pretty quick. Rebuy for 500 more. Another guy comes to the table, buys in for $200. He had 9 20s and 4 5s. I mean, why are you back here? What's going on here? He loses that in about 2 seconds, playing extremely incorrectly. I mean, he's like a dream for these guys, have people like him around. And he leaves. Then this other guy comes to the table. He buys in for like 300. He gets killed in 3 hands. He has like a voucher for like a free bet for like $30 or something like that. And he does that, and then he put like 50 on top of that. Then he doubles it down and loses it right away, so he's already lost half his money right away. And then 2 more hands, and that was it. He was out of money, so he leaves. I continue the shoe by myself. I'm only 3 shoes in on a double deck. I mean, there's a lot of action going on here. So by the time he comes back, I've won most of my money back. Then he gets back in, and it's torturous for a while again. And then we had a decent shoe or 2. He ended up actually busting out again. And at that point, it was the end of the shoe. And there were like, I want to guess 7 young guys and a girl that were coming to the table. and they're like, "Oh, you're closing down that table? We're going to take over the whole place, the whole table, the whole area back here was going to be ours." And I'm like, "Well, you guys can have my seat, because there's no way I'm going to sit with these guys and have 4 or 5 guys with me at the table, betting every side bet, drunk, doing all that stuff. It's just not worth it for me." So I ended up leaving that table ahead $335. Not bad. And then before I got to that table, actually, I had played a few slots, and actually, I think I'd only played one up until that point, and one or two, I think just one, and I actually played pretty well, and I was ahead a little over $100, $160, something like that on it. And then after I finished playing blackjack, I looked at some other stuff, played a couple small plays, like really small plays, and I ended up leaving ahead, I want to say, $188. Yes, $188. So $335 on the blackjack, $188 on the slots. That's a little over $500, almost $900 at the other place. So we're up about $1,400 right now, and we've only been out for a few hours. Let's head over to one more casino, and then I'm not going to find any blackjack there. I can almost assure you there's going to be no blackjack there. And then we're going to head over to the hotel, and we're going to play. We're going to look at slots again, and then we'll probably turn in. So let's head over to this next place, and if there's blackjack, I'll play it. But usually, this place doesn't really have a lot of tables open late at night. It's not the greatest place. The place I just left really has the best rules. It was kind of weird in there. It was kind of busy in some areas, and other areas were completely deserted. It was a very strange night. So mostly young people that were in there, which kind of makes sense. Unmarried people, stuff like that. So right now, yeah, my wife told me to bring home a few waters, and they had a case of water over by the bar for people to take from. I grabbed a couple of those, and we're going to take those back to the hotel. Let's move on to this next spot, make a little bit more money, and I'll be back to update you. Oh man, guys, it is busy in here. All young people. Let me tell you how many. There are 2 lines, one for over whatever, 40, whatever, and the other one, obviously, if you look like you're too young, you stand in this other line. There are probably 150 people in the line for the younger people. 150, no kidding. And for the regular line, there is nobody there. All the people here are young people. So that's what I thought at the other place, and it's confirmed here because the line is so long. They have metal detector to go through, cameras to go through, and they check every single person's ID. So just crazy sick. So you can hear some of them all around me here having a good time. But we did pretty well, actually. We played just a few machines. One of them, primarily in the high limit, was the big one that we played, and that one went really well. In fact, we were super close to getting a W2 on that one. I thought for sure I was getting a W2. Ended my session overall ahead $1,116, $1,116. So we're up $2,500 in just a few hours. It's so crazy. Sometimes I go 3 or 4 days combined and I can't make that, and it's just falling into my lap today. So very good right now. We're going to head back to the car. We'll talk a little bit more in the car, and then we'll move on. I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back, and just want to say, you got to do your research, and I think the problem here was people in this area are afraid of this machine. It's a new machine. It's a high variance machine, and I've talked about this machine. I had big swings on this machine, but when you fine tune and figure out exactly the right time to get in, it really evens out a lot of that variance, and it makes you a lot more comfortable to be able to play it. This machine had plays at a $10 level, a $5 level, a $15 level. There was a borderline one at 20 that I didn't play because it was just below where it needed to be. And I mean, this one could be as little as one spin, and then it's no longer in range, or it could be 20 or 30 spins, in which case 20 spins at $20 is $400 that you're risking, and you could get nothing. So I'm glad I took the time to learn it more. Originally I was never going to play it, but I'm glad I took the time and learned it, and it's made me a lot of money lately. A few $1,000s, $3,000 probably in the last few weeks. So thankfully I did learn it. That crowd was so young in there, and it's like, I don't get the way some of these people dress, but I don't want to keep going down these roads, but some of these girls are dressed, come on, it's like your pants have no legs at all. It's like a swimsuit bottom. It's like, how are you wearing this in public, and how are they allowing you to go in there with some of this stuff on? I mean, if I was a teenager or 20 years old, I'd love to be, I'd love to see that and all that, but it's like, when you think as the father, it's like, how are you letting your kids dress like that? It's crazy. And how do you have your self-respect and dress like that? So call me what you want, it's the truth. Yeah, man, I mean, I almost believe that some people were still in line from when I went in there. I mean, I was there for about half an hour, and I think there may still be people in line from when I first walked in there. I made my rounds, made my money, and got out of there, and the people might still be in line. It's that bad. So, and it's interesting, this casino of all casinos, I really dislike this casino. I don't like the staff. I don't like anything about this place, really. And a lot of card counters have beat this place up, and I've had my ups and downs at this place. This is the place where I had the incident where I had a double-deck shoe, where it was my first double-deck shoe on a $100 double deck, and I swung $8,000 on the double deck, and the next shoe made it back and then made some money. No, wait a minute. I guess it's $4,000 down, $4,000 back up, and I go to the bathroom with my chips, and I figure out, okay, I'm going to cash out $2,400 because I know their limit is $3,000. I go there, and the phone rings as soon as I walk up there. If you've been listening for a while, you've heard the story. And I hear the cashier say, okay, no problem. And then he picks up the phone, he goes, I can't. He's only cashing out $2,400. Yeah, exactly. And then I had my wife and me came back later that night on a different shift and cashed out the rest of the chips. But this is that place. And it's set up inside kind of like a lot of the downtown Las Vegas places. A lot of the decor is like that. There's a lot of metal, a lot of, the cages are metal, all these different things that remind you of the old style casinos and stuff, the doors, the steps, all that stuff. And it actually, the same company that owns a lot of those Las Vegas downtown casinos owns this one too. So it makes a lot of sense that they stayed with that theme. But overall, I probably played 5 or 6 machines, and the one was really the only one I made a lot of money on. Other than that, it was +2, -2. There was a borderline play at almost $4 a spin, and having played that game before, I know it could take up to 800 spins to hit it, and I was in no mood to play a borderline play for that much money. So, and it was borderline to being borderline. It wasn't like there yet. A lot of people would play it, but I wouldn't. I actually played a better play than that the other day, and it went on for about 45 minutes, and I made less than $5. That was at a couple dollars a spin. So anyway, right now, way past midnight. Normally I would just start another episode, but we're not going to do that. We're going to continue on. We're going to head back toward our hotel, and we're going to see what we can do about making some money there, and then we'll head back to the room, and we might wrap it up from there. So that's what's going on right now. You're all caught up. Great night so far, and I'll be back. I'll tell you what, because we still have to go all the way back to that place, and because once I finish up there, It's only about a 2 or 3 minute walk to my room, and we're going to wrap things up. Let's do our segments now, then we'll go to that casino, and I'll report to you. So, what did you eat today, MW? Okay, so we had a very, very long drive, crossing time zones and everything, and went through 5, 6 states, something like that. So we went a long way. And about almost exactly halfway, I found a Mexican restaurant I thought would be good. It had good ratings, good reviews. And I set it up like an hour and a half before we got there that we were going to go there. I didn't want to ask anybody. The kids have been a pain in the butt lately, and then they'd all argue about it and all that. So I just decided this is where we're going. So we went to this place, and my youngest and I shared a double portion of chicken fajitas. My wife had some steak nachos, and then everybody else didn't want to eat. They were all grumpy. So some of them sat there and drank water. Some of them sat in the car, whatever. Do whatever you want. I was good with all of it. We had a good meal, and I give that meal probably a 10 on a scale of 2 through ace. The portions probably should have been bigger for a double portion, but I'm not going to complain too much. As we were getting ready to leave, there was a police officer. They came and sat a couple tables away from us by himself, and he was eating his chips and salsa, waiting for his food as I was leaving. And I just walked up to him and put my hand on his shoulder, and I said, "Excuse me, sir." And he said, "Yeah." I said, "I just want to say Happy Thanksgiving." And I shook his hand, and he was happy about that. I don't know, if he was by himself or waiting for other people or what, but when we left, I saw his car was out there and just sitting in the parking lot running. Nobody else was around, so I figured he was probably going to be eating by himself. It was a small town, too. And what did you tip today, MW? So I've had 3 sessions so far, including a blackjack session where I had 4 different dealers in just over a half hour. And so overall, I ended up tipping $0. How did you know it was $0? $0, that's right. And what did you learn today, MW? Well, I don't know. For one thing, I've got a lot of energy still. I still feel good. I went to bed a little bit early. I woke up a little bit late. I woke up about 8 o'clock in the morning. Took my time getting ready. Kept the low stress the whole day. And just focused on driving, focused on the road. We went and saw the family, enjoyed our time together. Had some dinner there, and God bless my wife. They all went to get some food to eat, and they were taking forever. They were gone for like an hour, and I figured she was just going to get me like a burger with no bun or something like that. She actually went to a grocery store. She got some chicken breasts, refrigerated chicken breasts, and she got some tomatoes, some mozzarella balls, and some vinegar, and actually made me chicken breasts with a little side salad with tomatoes, vinegar, and mozzarella, and it was really good, and I appreciate it. I give that at least a jack on a scale of 2 through ace, and really appreciate that. So right now let's head back to this casino. I'll be back. All right, boys and girls, we are back. Had a nice little short session in there. Only played like 3 things, in and out. No drama, no nothing. There were people hogging certain machines, not getting up, and I was wondering what was going on. They were doing that stupid buy a bonus stuff, man. That is awful. Buy a bonus, come on. Anyway, ended up playing, like I said, just a few of them, and ended my session ahead, another 136. Can't complain. We're heading back to the room. We're going to get some sleep. Going to get up tomorrow. Have a good day. We're up like 2,600 tonight, and we're still going to get 3 or 4 hours sleep. So can't complain about any of that. So I guess for now, I'm going to let you guys go. And if you have any questions or comments, my email is mwusa21@gmail.com. mwusa21@gmail.com. See you next time.